Alright, but today we're going to take a very quick look at the LCT Zenitco uh, series of rails. And right here we have LCT, and 5ku handguards, Zenitco handguards. And you can determine if the Zenitco rail you're using is made by LCT by very simply looking at the website here. If it ends in TW, which stands for Taiwan, it's a LCT rail. Other rails will end in RU, like the genuine ones or the no-name brand ones. As far as I know, I'm not sure if the copycat ones also will start using TW, but as far as I know, see right here it's RU, not TW. That's how you can tell. This is also LCT, as you can see, TW. Alright, and to the left here we have a AKS 74U. 74U shorter lower handguard. The upper handguard is actually the same. It can interchange even between brands at least for these ones 5ku short ones. Other ones I haven't mismatched them before. A genuine real steel user also, I've seen some of them use the newer style upper rail with the traditional quad rail lower rail. Maybe because of the reason that the new style upper rail is lower, and that gives the user a little bit of convenience in the form that you can put a peg box up here and your red dot side will clear that easier because it's lower by a little bit. But yeah, that's the difference. Aside from being shorter, the newer style rail here is narrower because of the lack of side rails, substantially narrower. It's very nice on the hands without the Picatinny rail cheese grater feel. And these oval holes, these are actually like M-lock holes for the Zenitco system. They have a video on their official YouTube channel that tells that their newest rail have these ovals at this position, so you can put a handstop, a little triangle handstop right here. So you can hold the rail like this. And that's all very nice and all, but the traditional quad rail has the characteristics of being very robust and being known to take a lot of force before bending, as at least the real ones. And also these oval style attachment points. I haven't seen a lot of rail sections or specific hand stopping lights or whatever you need to put on there made for this style of attachment point. So that might be a little bit of problem if you choose this one and want to put a light on here. As opposed to this one, you can simply attach it to the Picatinny rail easily. And also the B10 B this one right here is B19 and this one right here is B19. The B19 made by LCT doesn't have a steel insert for the threads here, which might be a good thing because I've seen people lose them and not be able to replace them before. So yeah. Also, you might see right here, these things are holding pressure fit, I think, because I can see a little bit of spline in the the cylinder part of this thing down into a hole right there. So when it is misaligned like this, you have to knock it out and then somehow press it outside, which might be a lot of problem. And the upside of that is that you can potentially get a stronger thread on the steel insert ones. However, you're not supposed to really crank on these airsoft metal, even though it might says it's steel. It's probably mild steel. And these threads, these screws have very big threads, very big deep grooves, so it should hold up as long as you don't really crank on them. You should be fine with either style, with or without the inserts. And another thing I want to say is that the LCT handguards, they come with the replaceable back piece here, and it is actually two sizes. It come with two both different size. One of them is AG spec, one of them is GBB spec. However, GBB AKs have different specs of this part. I've seen KWA, KSC, KWA, gas blowback AKs, and WeTech AKs, and other brands of AKs. Those doesn't, if you want to put a real handguard like a Magpul handguard on there, you'll have to modify this part quite a bit, as opposed to LCT GHK ones. You can just slot them in. And so, as far as GBB spec, what they mean is LCT and GHK AKs. And for AG spec, likewise, there might be, differences. It's most likely Tokyo Marui spec, since, everybody copies them. The gearbox design, accessory, dimension, all that to, interchange and all that. And also, right, LCT handguards, I really like them because before they come out with their Zenitco copies, there are, no name brand, probably illegal Chinese copies with dubious qualities. You can tell by, if a rail is nice or not by looking at all the lines. If they are straight, I've seen rails like the Mark 18 handguard, the Mod 1 handguard, with this ridge here that is curved like this. It's not, the molding is very not that good, and as opposed to a properly manufactured one like this one, you can see all the straight lines are straight, the gaps are even, the round parts are rounded evenly, this edge is straight. It's all very nice, and the price is lower than those early copies, which is another bonus. LCT is known for making their steel-bodied AKs, and I've seen their brochure talk about their originally they started as a automotive OEM, and by that I think they probably don't mean like a fuse box or a ECU, more of a steel panel of the cars, because of the stamp steel they use on their AKs and steel parts and all that. So they have a business, and this is sort of like a passion project. I really like those guys. I've been to Airsoft shows host with the LCT booth, and their AKs have genuine handguards and even optics and all that on them. So the business owner clearly has a little bit of passion in these things. I kind of like them for that. You know, it's not all about money and cranking out some cheap garbage. Oh, and also, this part right here, you can see that there's a lot of wear. It's not actually wear. It's I filed it down with a file solely to fit it to the A can. You're not supposed to do that. This I found out after the fact because after I filed it down and being able to push it, hammer it on a rubber mallet into the AK receiver, I found out that the front cap is loose. So the proper way to mount this thing is probably to really hammer it in, leaving like a little gap here, and that way the front cap will be tight because there's no more of that 1 millimeter or 2 millimeter gap there. So one thing to look out: don't file down on it. You will regret it. The upper handguard. B19N has a little bit of thing here. And yeah, it's 74Us and AKM ones. The AKM ones here. AKM, AK-74M, all kinds of full-size AK and AK-105, the mid-length one, all use these ones, and upper ones interchange. The 74U has a rear side rail adapter that is way up there and gives you a very bad chin weld. The I don't read Russian characters. This one is .ru. This is not LCT. I've seen a lot of GHK AKs with these have their charging handle snap clean off. So don't put it on your AKs unless it has a steel bolt like upgraded. I think that's all. Thank you for watching. See you next time for other airsoft parts, maybe. Thank you.